Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got a bit of a video for everyone. Soft launch material? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting to see the Insta post that Krieger posted today, but we're going to talk about it, and I didn't expect it for a few reasons. Maybe not the reasons why people might think, but that's what we're going to talk about today. A possible soft launch today. Ballon d'Or results also today. Timestamps down below for that. But we're going to start with this soft launch. I mean, I was not expecting to see this today.
The whole internet, well, the WOSO Internet, is pretty shook about it. They're also in disbelief.
Yeah, and there wasn't a great surprise about this, but it was surprising for a few other reasons. And I will say, when I saw this launch happen, soft launch, I thought, we haven't had a couple like this launch in a while, like a truly new couple, kind of out of nowhere, a couple that we weren't expecting or something. There hasn't been a lot of couples recently. I can't really think of like a couple that truly has launched recently. And like I said, this is a very soft launch if it is true. But I got excited because we haven't seen it in so long, and I almost thought like those days were over, and then I got like butterflies, you know? I was like shaking.
Are you the one launching here?
I know. Okay, so Krieger posted a photo dump today that included her holding hands with someone. We're going to get to that, but we're going to back up because we're not going to start there. We're going to start, realistically, we're going to start about 2 weeks ago. That's where we're going to start.
I thought we were going to start at their births, but this is better.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, just 2 weeks ago. Because 2 weeks ago, now we could start a couple months ago because for what I'm going to explain to you, but we're going to start 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Kelley O'Hara had her retirement game at Gotham. She was honored there. She did a speech, and a lot of her friends and a lot of stars, WOSO players came out. So a lot of people were there. And, we saw Alex Morgan, we saw Megan Rapinoe, we saw Sammy Bananas. We saw a lot of people. So it was kind of a party at Gotham that night, just like a complete party. And obviously the camera people at ESPN, because it was on ESPN that night, they took video of inside the players box, like who was there. And one of the people we saw there was, I think, kind of random, but I didn't think much about it. And one of those people was Jen Beattie of Arsenal and Scotland fame. Everyone knows Jen Beattie. I mean, we've talked about her a few times on our show, but Jen Beattie. And I saw her and I was kind of surprised, but not really.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because it seemed like an odd person to be there. But then I thought, well, she knows Tobin and Christen because she's done re-ink, and she obviously played with Tobin. Allie's one of Tobin's close friends. They all kind of live in that world. Maybe she was in town and somebody invited her to come, kind of invited her basically to the party.
Oh, they're in the NWSL together.
Exactly. So I thought, okay, it's just like a party. Everyone's going to come. Also, we remember that picture of Jen Beattie with the other JB, Justin Bieber, and Tobin and Christen.
Oh, yes. How could I forget?
So I honestly thought nothing of it more than like, oh, that's kind of weird. They showed Jen on the screen, and you could see her sitting next to Allie, and you could kind of see her just basically paying attention to the game. She wasn't even like really invested in the conversation. She looked like she was, so I thought she kind of, I don't want to say tagged along, but was in town. Someone invited her. They're all friends. Why not? Basically. And they showed her on TV, and that's the extent to what I thought this was at the time.
Subtle foreshadowing, though. No.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was out. I really did not think it was out of the ordinary. Then, I really didn't do anything. I didn't even really go on I didn't really even go on the boards. I didn't go to the L chat realistically to see, because it's kind of out of the blue. And as we know, we talked about it kind of, that Krieger recently, in the last month or two, she did an interview saying she had someone close to her. She had someone new in her life. She was seeing something was new. And at that time, we didn't talk about it because she didn't say the person's name. She had no posts like this. At that time, that person was not Jen Beattie. It was a different player. It was a different person. Her name was Janelle Frianis. But that's all I'll say because she didn't talk about it. So it looks like that's over. So at that point, people thought, okay, they're in something. It's something new. It's something they had been linked for about 5 months or so. People on Twitter and the boards, everyone was talking about them. So when I saw Jen at the game, I thought, hey, Allie's with this other person, Jen's friends. And then that's the thinking. Flash forward to like a week ago. Some investigators were kind of noticing things. They had first, now that Jen was in the picture, they kind of went and analyzed. Then they kind of realized Allie and the other person weren't interacting on social media really since August. So they thought, okay, this might be something, because that other person seemed to be out of the picture and the other person was kind of posting things about heartbreak. So at that point, they're like, okay, this Jen Beattie thing might be a thing. I also will include, after they went to the Gotham game, a lot of the girls went to the Liberty finals, or the WNBA finals. Alex Morgan was there. Pinoe was there. Krieger was there. And at the time, I didn't see any public pictures of Jen there. But some people found that Jen actually went along to the Liberty game.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Yeah. If I find a pic, I'll put it. They're kind of fuzzy. But at that point, still, though, your friends, someone's in town, you invite them along. But that just made people go, that's interesting. Then people had put together that Krieger was in the Bay Area. And, the Bay Area, yes, they have an NWSL game. Yes, it's, people go there. But it's not really a place people go a lot unless you have a point to go there. And they figured out she was in the Bay Area. And Jen Beattie plays for Bay FC.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that leads us to today. And I'm going to be honest, Sarah and I were talking about this. We were going to do this video today no matter what. It was funny. We were going to kind of have this video be more like, do you ship this possible couple because she was at the game? Like, it was always going to be like, I don't think they're together. That was going to be my point of view, Sarah. I don't think they're together, but it's going to be, let's talk about it because they were at the game together or whatnot.
My POV was, I hope they're together because hot.
So that was going to be the video today. Hey, this is going on. What do you guys think? It's hot couple. And then Krieger dropped this bombshell, this photo dump. And also, I didn't mention, when they were at the Gotham game, there was pictures from the ESPN broadcast, but there was also, I'll include it, this picture of them sitting next to each other. You can see Jen there, Allie there, and Allie's mom on the left. It looks coupley, but that can be friends as well. So it does kind of look coupley, but Jen's obviously there with Allie based on that picture as well. And it kind of looks, at first I thought maybe her arm was over Allie, but I don't think it is.
I don't know. They look kind of close to me.
Yeah. Then today Allie posts this photo dump, and she includes a picture of her holding hands, intimately, more than friends kind of thing.
Definitely intimate, not friends. I don't hold hands with friends like that.
That's when I thought, okay, this is like, and people in the comments also were like, okay, this is a soft launch. Yeah. This is a soft launch.
Totally. The softest, most beautiful launch.
Yeah. So people are kind of like, okay, she obviously wants us. She obviously is kind of launching this, kind of testing the waters. And she knows more than anyone, she knows the WOSO world. So she knows that this is meaning something to the WOSO, her fans, the WOSO world. People are kind of freaking. And then also in the comments, there was a couple people saying,
okay, so someone says, okay, with the soft launch, we all want to know who, though. And then somebody else responds, go look at Jen B's post of her on Re-Ink podcast wearing the same outfit. And the first pic in Allie's post is probably Napa by San Francisco Bay.
So they first say, if you go to Jen Beattie's post, you can see her wearing the same outfit. Sarah and I tried to go figure that out. We couldn't quite figure the picture out, but we also someone made a comment about her shoes and her socks. Basically, they're like the short Nike socks, and she's wearing the short Nike socks in another picture, and also black and white shoes. But we couldn't find the other picture that person was talking about. So that's a clue. Hey, that looks like Jen Beattie. Then also, that very first picture of the dump has Allie obviously in wine country, and it looks like Napa Valley. And Jen Beattie plays for Bay FC, which is very close to Napa Valley in Northern California.
And I am also a hand recognizer, facial recognizer, I recognize features, okay? And this looks like Jen Beattie's hand, her thumbnail from other things, like specifically this picture, maybe.
So you are an official hand expert recognizer.
Yes, the thumbnail specifically, I believe, belongs to Jen Beattie.
You should be on CSI.
Yes, this is off the record, though. This is unofficial.
So it looks like it's Jen Beattie. This looks like a couple. This looks like a launch. I mean, this is exciting, you know. I would have never in a million years put these two people together. Never. They were completely off my radar for them to be together. You know, Jen Beattie is playing in the NWSL. She's Scottish. How much longer is Jen Beattie going to play? Is she going to go back to the UK? I mean, it's just Krieger. We know. I just would have never put, and I love it. I love it so much. This is why we do videos, because I just love the launch. I love this couple, if they are a couple, but I think they are. I just love it. I'm obsessed. Like, I was shaking. I say that a lot, but I must shake a lot.
To me, this couple, this makes so much sense to me. I don't know. They just look like they could totally be dating. And I don't know. It's not surprising to me at all.
Jen Beattie has been through so much in her own life with her medical diagnoses over the year, you know, battling cancer. We know Krieger's mom has battled cancer as well. They have gone through some tough SHIT in the last couple years. I censored my word.
Way to censor yourself.
So, I mean, in that respect, yeah, it totally makes sense. I am pumped. I'm so happy. And if, like I said, if this isn't true, and then also Jen recently started following Megan Rapinoe on Instagram. Now, I didn't think that was weird either, because if she was in the box with them, yeah, you're going to talk, hey, let's follow each other. But that was another clue.
And the fact that Jen Beattie herself liked this post.
Okay, she liked it. Yeah. So that's a good indication that it's them. I mean, I'm stunned, shocked. I love it. Like, WSL Arsenal, you know, NWSL Krieger, that whole crew. And so it like fits perfectly in our channel as well. But it's just, to me, it's just, the timetable just seems kind of, I don't know. You know, Ali seemed to be with this other person, and then if Jen and Ali got together in, say, August or somewhere around there, then they're launching 2 months later. See, that's kind of wild to me. Also, this is the other, I actually heard this as well. Maybe Ali was always with Jen Beattie, and this other person, she wanted the fandom to believe it was this other person, but it was always Jen Beattie.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't believe that. Not very many people think that, but I did see that thought. It's always been Jen, and the other person was just kind of like a friend who she didn't mind if the fandom thought that it was with them. But it could have always been Jen Beattie. Also, at first, when they were at the game together, maybe a week after the game, Kelley's game, it was kind of like the thing where when Beth Mead and Viviana Miedema got together, I don't know if I didn't believe it forever. Like, I felt like they were like hinting at it a lot, and I go, no, they're just friends. I was just telling Sarah, we were talking about it. We're like, did they even know each other when they played at Arsenal before? Because they never really interacted much. And so I kind of almost thought it was like that. Like, I didn't believe Viv and Beth until they literally hard launched, because they were, you know, Beth's kind of a jokester, and it didn't seem like something. And then I kind of felt that way now with Jen and Ali until the picture she posted tonight. I'm like, wait a second, are people just reading into this because we want to read into this? You know, I don't know. It was just kind of a strange thing.
We want to believe in love.
But definitely unexpected. What does everyone think? You know, do you think they're together? And if you're together, is it a couple that's completely off your radar? Is it someone like you're a Jen Beattie fan who didn't know much about Krieger and said, oh my gosh, I know Krieger, but I didn't know Krieger. And then, or the opposite, people were like, I see a lot of like NWSL fans or US Women's National Team fans going like, who's Jen Beattie? You know, because if you don't follow Arsenal or Bay FC, you're not, or the Scottish team, you're not really going to know Jen Beattie. People are like, who's Jen Beattie? I need to know. Give me the details. And so, because remember, Jen Beattie had a high profile relationship with Amber Gill from Love Island. So she's kind of used to the public relationship thing too. That was actually pretty massive in the UK because Love Island's a huge show, and that was Amber's first like lesbian relationship. So I mean, she's used to kind of like the public, and maybe that's why Allie likes her. Allie goes, hey, this person understands the media, understands the, you know, critics or whatever. It's a good fit for me because she's already been through a lot of that media stuff with her last relationship.
Yes, of course. That's how she chooses them.
Well, because if you get with someone who literally doesn't like the media or something, it's going to be a hard thing. So what does everyone think? I'm shaking. I love it. Obsessed.
I'm shaking. So dramatic. I love it.
Timetable's just sudden. If they got together in August and already launched it, I love it. But it's just like, hey, when you know, you know.
Girl, it's the gays. You could be on the first date and launch right then and there, okay?
But if she wanted to be low-key with her last person she was with, then to be, but unless the ESPN cameras caught them, she wasn't prepared for that. And so, but if you're gonna be in a box with Alex Morgan, Pinoe, everyone, and you know the game's gonna be out on ESPN, I think you have to say, I'm bringing this person and I know this is a possibility. It wasn't like a secret at that point because she goes, the ESPN cameras are gonna be there. That's another point I was thinking of. This
could be just the classic situation where, you know, like certain couples were more private, like Daniel Vanderdonk and Beth Mead. And then now with Viv, you know, it's out in the open. So just different person, different vibes. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. But I will say, Ali Krieger knew it was not going to be low key. It was not going to be on the DL after she brought her to the Gotham game. And I truly believe that if you know that it's going to be on TV, maybe you don't know, but you definitely know it's a possibility for it to be on TV, you know, especially with the ESPN, especially since it was Kelley O'Hara's last game. It was such a big deal.
And that's why I think it was a soft launch for sure, because
before the game, I was looking at the message boards and some people thought maybe something was going on, but that game was really what said, okay, something's going on. Okay, was everything. We're going to keep talking about this. This is our first video about it, but this is first of many, if you know us.
If you know us.
Okay, moving on to the Ballon d'Or. We're just going to quickly go over it. Second year in a row, the cutie herself, Aitana Bonmatí, she won the freaking thing. Love her.
Yeah, well deserved. She definitely deserved it.
Yeah, and some people are still saying that they think her Barcelona teammate Caroline Graham-Hansen actually deserved it a little more. She played amazingly during the Champions League and during the season and everything. But Bonmatí, second year in a row, 4 Spanish players, 2 for Alexia and then now 2 for Bonmatí. A lot of people are saying that Caroline Graham-Hansen maybe should have won. So I did see people like that. But Barcelona was the team of the year as well. So the 1, 2, and 3 in the voting were all Barcelona.
Salma Paraluelo.
So they were 1, 2, 3. And then Barcelona was team of the year.
Alyssa Naeher was 17th?
Yeah.
This is rigged.
I know. She should have been higher. I think the highest ranking American, was Sophia Smith at number 4, Lindsay Horan at number 5, and Mallory at 6. So 4, 5, 6.
Trinity, yeah, and Trinity's 9th.
So overall, America did pretty well.
Pretty well.
I don't think anyone truly thought that American was going to win. I think the reports were it was going to be one of the 3 Barcelona players. Also, Emma Hayes, coach of the year. I mean, how can you not put her coach of the year? What she did with Chelsea, also what she did with with the US Women's National Team. Coach of the year, pump for her. And yeah, that's definitely well deserved. But pump for Bonmatí. I didn't see a lot of people there. I think Sarina Wiegman talked about the timing of the Ballon d'Ors. It's unfortunate. So many of the players can't go because the international break. It always happens like that, but it seemed to affect more people this year, which I feel so bad for. You know, you're only nominated for something like that once maybe once in your life, and you're doing international duty. So it does suck, the timing of it. But I saw, and Natalie Portman gave out, I think, the award.
Ooh, chic.
So my question, did Bonmatí deserve it? Do you think Caroline Graham-Hansen should have won, or someone else? But I definitely don't think too many people can fight, or can't. I think most people can agree Bonmatí definitely deserved it. I think she's great, cute as button. So
I wonder if anyone told her, you're definitely gonna win.
I think they did yesterday, the day before, because that was kind of the thing in the years previous. I believe they almost tell the players you're going to be top 3. I think they do. They tell the players.
You know the reference, though?
Oh, from Miss Congeniality.
Yeah. Just testing your movie trivia.
Yeah, I do know, though, and my mom liked that movie. We talked about yesterday, was Trin going to go? Trinity did not go. I don't think any American players went. But it is hard. You want to go, but you can't, because that's why only the injured players can go. Remember, Beth and Viv were able to go last year because they were both injured. So crazy if that works out. Questions, comments down below. What do you think? Did this coupling shock your world? I'm just, I can't believe it, but I can believe it, and I love it so much. And it just, when I saw Jen at the game, I was just like, oh, that's interesting. That's what's the meme. That's interesting. That's peculiar. The one from TikTok.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But I didn't think this. I honestly did not think this. But what is everyone thinking? What does everyone think? We're going to do a new video soon. And yeah, questions, comments down below. England's big match against South Africa plays tomorrow. So we will see what happens there. That will probably be our next video, because we'll see if England can come back. They're having a rough patch, but I mean, you can't beat South Africa's a tough team, so let's hope for the best. Talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.